Hi there, everybody in Sao Paulo. What a nice opportunity for me to participate a little bit in your launching of Tempo e Trabalho. Congratulations with the publication of this book. It's always a big job to get a book together and to do it nice. And based on what I saw, it looks really wonderful. I'm honored to talk a few minutes about the teachings of time. First of all, in Tartan Tulku Rinpoche's teachings, the topic of time takes an essential role. It's because it's connected to human life. So the fabric of human life is interwoven with the fabric of time. So when you breathe in, you have time to live, and when you breathe out, this life is over. So breathing, life, time, they're very much connected. And how we interact with time actually determines our well-being, determines our relationships, determines how we are with work, how we are at work, and also in the long term, it is a matter of how we relate to time. Differently put, there's really no bigger power than time. Time is the biggest power that we have to deal with, that we have to understand, that we have to work with. So the instructions that Rinpoche gives are usually use your time well, soon your time will be over. When you look back, see how much time has already passed. Time is only getting less. So use your time well. The satisfaction that you get from this life has to do with how you spend your time. That's nothing to do with being a workaholic, but how you are using your time. What are you doing with your time? What's your state of mind? How's your energy? What's your intimacy? They're all linked to time. So if our understanding of time deepens, our life gets a lot better, and also we can accomplish more, not only what we have in mind, but also what somehow is available to us if we would only wake up to it. So the potential of your life is directly related to the unfolding of time within our being, within our body, within our senses. There's lots of theories about time. One, for example, is when you study time, you want to know the nature of time, the value of time, and the energy of time. That by itself is a very interesting topic. Usually we learn these topics, like the nature of time and the value of time and the energy of time, but it's hard to connect to it. So the way that Rinpoche has presented it is in a structure that's called waking up to time, and then controlling time, and then incorporating the energy of time. So we want to wake up to time. Waking up to time, he has a very interesting procedure for that. And actually it has been described in the book that's also in Portuguese available. There's the structure in this book given by Rinpoche on how to wake up to time. So it's a month-long process, how to become aware of time. So if you want to understand time, it is good to know what you just did with your time. Not in the sense of judging or even evaluating that you should use it better. No, you just become aware of what you did with your time. Some people might think that is a waste of time to look back because it's already gone. But you'll see that the biggest promise of time is found in the gaps of awareness of time. Now, I've tried to avoid the word awareness as long as I could, because in Portuguese there is no real equivalent for that word. So whether you call it atenção plena or something with consciousness, I don't know the right pronunciations. Neither one covers the topic of awareness. So in a book we have to translate it, but in class and seminars we can really study the word awareness, because it's awareness and time that needs to come together. So since we don't have a good translation for awareness yet, maybe we can say mind and time have to come together. When our mind is not experiencing time, we lose time. So if mind is experiencing time, we gain time. So as you become more familiar with time, what you did with your time, you'll see that in the next 5 minutes, in the next 2 hours, there is more awareness. The mind is more engaged in that period of time. So if the mind and time come together, you will find all kinds of good things. You will find the most interesting part maybe is that you find that you have more time. So many people say, I don't have time enough. But if you work with the study of time, you will discover that you have actually much more time. So much so that you may not even know what to do with it. So time is really the power, the most important power that our mind can discover. So another way to work with time is to begin to discover that every segment of time has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Some people are very good in the beginning, some people are very good in the middle. Some people are very good at endings, but I don't know many people who are really good in endings. But you really need to also include that within your mind, at the beginning and the middle of the end. Because if the end is not clear, whatever happened in the previous segment will just carry over in the next. And that's why it's hard to be fresh and to be open, because we are carrying what happened in time. We take that with us as we go along. So as we are progressing through time, we want to be fresh. We will not want to be burdened what come before, so that we can start fresh. And one way of doing that is to say, now we start. So what is needed now for a good start, and try to project how long this is going to take. And you break it up in sections, in segments. We call that pegging in time. So you use the segments of time to become more, to bring the whole topic of time more in your mind. As you maybe can see, I'm doing my very best to avoid the word awareness. So it is mind, time, these two is what you work with. Your energy is in time. Your power is in time. Your creativity comes as time opens up. So if your mind is not very open, if your mind is a low level of mind activity, your experience of time will be a small one. You won't have enough time. You're always behind. You're always late. You're anxious. These are all characteristics of shortage of time. As you become more engaged in experiencing time, you will find that there is more energy available, more creativity. And there's a very interesting shift from a poverty mentality to an abundance